Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. As a matter of fact, it just turned over to the afternoon, and I wanted to do a video and let you guys know that we are currently now underneath an enhanced risk of severe storms, which is a 3 out of 5 ranking from the Storm Prediction Center out in Norman, Oklahoma. And this was just issued, as you can see, at 11:30 this morning for the daytime tomorrow. And there are some extremely bad news for people that do not like tornadoes. If you are in the orange shaded area, which goes from the Kentucky and Tennessee border all the way down to just north of the Hattiesburg area, you can expect numerous damaging wind gusts, several tornadoes possible, and isolated hail reports possible. Now, cities included in the risk include Jackson, Tupelo, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Huntsville, Memphis, Tennessee, and Nashville, Tennessee as well. This is going to be a very, very, very significant threat of tornadoes and damaging straight line winds as we get into the day tomorrow. So here is a closer look at the cities in the state of Mississippi that are underneath the enhanced risk for severe storms tomorrow. And this does include the Memphis metro area, Oxford, Tupelo, Greenwood, Starkville, Jackson, Meridian, Vicksburg. It also includes the Greenville area, the Tunica, Mississippi area, and of course Yazoo City, Mississippi. And there could be a couple of strong tornadoes involved tomorrow. So what I want to do is I want to take you over here to the radar, over to Radar Omega, and show you a closer look at what we can expect during the day tomorrow. So your screen is going to go dark here for just a second, and then Radar Omega will pop up on your screen. And I want to show you guys. Give me just a second to cut on everything that I need to do. All right, so there, of course, is your enhanced risk. That does include Oxford and Columbus. It also includes Greenwood, like I said, Meridian, Jackson, and Vicksburg. And then getting down here into closer, Starkville, Winona, Greenwood, and then Indianola, Mississippi, as well as Hollandale, Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Mississippi, as well. And then stretching down here towards the Jackson metro area, the Ridgeland, Forest, Mississippi, Meridian, and then it does include the Laurel, Mississippi area, but it does not include Hattiesburg. But nonetheless, Hattiesburg, you guys are in the area of the slight risk that does include the potential for damaging straight line winds and a few tornadoes. Now, what I wanted to do, and as you can see, this orange is the enhanced risk. But the thing that is really, really starting to concern me is that you can see right here the yellow shaded area right here that runs basically from the Memphis metro area over to Huntsville, down to Tuscaloosa, and into the Jackson, Mississippi metro area. This is a 10% chance of seeing a tornado. And this very well could be a couple of strong tornadoes possible within this yellow shaded area. And so that is the concerning element for tomorrow. Now, you can see further down here in the Mississippi, down here into the Pine Belt area, Hattiesburg, and places like that, over towards the Macomb and Columbia, Mississippi area. You guys are underneath the 5% risk area. And then down here into South Mississippi, down towards the 2% chance. But anywhere that you see a hatched area or this yellow shaded area right here, there very well could be the potential for a strong tornado or two tomorrow with this situation. information and the setup. Now, the setup, I will tell you, is going to be very, very conditional because we have what we like to call a lot of wind shear that is favorable for severe weather across Mississippi and Alabama. However, there is the potential that we may not get the instability needed for storms to actually grow. And what would happen is, as the thunderstorms grow into the atmosphere, the shear would be too much and it would rip them apart. That is one scenario. Another scenario is that the models are underdoing the instability, and that the sun comes out tomorrow. And if the sun comes out tomorrow and it gets really, really warm in the state of Mississippi or West Alabama, that is going to be extremely problematic. And so the Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center are doing this just to err on the side of caution, as they are looking for the potential of a pretty significant severe weather potential. But the key is going to be tomorrow, whether or not we actually do have the potential for the sun to come out and for them to be breaks in the clouds. If that is the case, this is going to be a very volatile situation. If we stay cooler and we stay towards the 60 degrees to 65 degrees, it is going to be more of a straight line wind event and less of a tornado threat. But like I said, if you do see peaks of sun and the clouds do erode tomorrow, this could very easily be a powder keg that could result in a couple of strong tornadoes and several tornadoes possible by the time we reach tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening across the yellow shaded area right there. All right, so that is the situation that we have right now. I will continue to watch the latest trends, and if the Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center upgrade again, which is not likely, but there's always that possibility, I will do another video in the morning to update you guys with any of the latest weather information. And then, of course, any county that goes underneath the tornado warning across the great state of Mississippi, I will be here providing severe weather coverage for you guys in the event that we do have a couple of tornado warnings tomorrow. But I did want to do this video to let you guys know to go on ahead and be prepared across the great state of Mississippi, basically from the Memphis metro area all the way down into the Laurel, Mississippi area and over towards the Macomb and the Hazelhurst, Mississippi area for the potential of damaging straight line winds, and the area for the potential of a couple of strong tornadoes and several tornadoes likely. So, guys, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your afternoon and evening. I will do another update in the morning, like I said before then, if necessary. I'm going to sign off over here in Mississippi, and I will be back here shortly to do a weather video for you guys here in the state of Alabama. Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. This is Stephen Ray, and I wanted to do a quick little video and let you guys know that the Storm Prediction Center out there in Norman, Oklahoma, has now issued an enhanced risk of severe storms for a good portion of North and West Alabama. And this does include the areas of Madison, Huntsville, Bessemer, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, all the way down to Demopolis and Forkland, also Sawyerville, and then around that, and a slight risk that includes the places like Gadsden, and then of course over to Talladega and down to the city of Montgomery. Now, if you are in the orange shaded area, such as the Florence, Tuscumbia, Muscle Shoals area, Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, if you are up there in Coleman, if you are in Tuscaloosa or the western portions of the Birmingham metro, you can see numerous damaging wind gusts likely, several tornadoes possible, and isolated severe hail reports are possible. And once again, this includes Tuscaloosa and the Huntsville metro area. Now, here is a closer look at the places in the state of Alabama that are underneath the potential for severe weather. And as you can see, it basically rides down the I-65 corridor, which runs from basically Decatur and Nashville all the way down to Birmingham and then down into Montgomery and points off to the west. So if you were watching in the city of Hamilton, if you were in Florence, if you were in Decatur, if you were in Huntsville, if you were in Coleman, if you were over in Fayette, if you are in Jasper, if you are in Tuscaloosa, Foster's, Ralph, Romulus, if you were in Utah, if you were in Knoxville, if you were in Aliceville, if you were in Reform, Gordo, or if you were in Hale County down there in Greensboro, or if you are in the areas near Moundville, all stretching all the way down into northern Marengo County, which includes Demopolis, and then getting down there towards the Butler area in Choctaw County. You guys are underneath the enhanced risk for the potential of a couple of tornadoes, and a couple of those could be on the strong side. And this does include the Tuscaloosa metro area. So, what I would like to do is take you over here just a second and show you what is going to actually happen over here on Radar Omega. So, your screen is going to go dark here for just a second. And as you can see, there, of course, right there is your enhanced risk that comes down through the western portions of the Birmingham metro. It includes Jasper, Berry, Hamilton, Haleyville, Hartselle, Russellville, Athens, Huntsville, Florence, then stretches down, like I said, to Tuscaloosa, Utah, Demopolis, Livingston, York, and just off to the north of the Butler area, but does include the Lisman area. Then around that, you've got the slight risk area for Marion and Selma, Hoover, Alabaster, Calera, Gadsden, Anniston. And then around that, you've got the marginal risk, Alexander City, Montgomery, Millbrook, Auburn, Tuskegee. And then around that, you've got just the general thunderstorms that go down into the state of Georgia and into the state of Florida. All right, so if you are in the orange shaded area, you guys are in the enhanced risk, which is a 3 out of 5 confidence. If you are in the yellow shaded area, you're in the slight risk. And if you're in the light green, it is going to be a marginal risk for the potential of tornadoes and damaging straight line winds tomorrow. Now, let me also show you that this is rather troubling to me. And if you are in the yellow shaded area, which is basically along the 65 corridor north of Birmingham, then curving down into Tuscaloosa, and then curving down to Greensboro, Demopolis, and Lisbon, Alabama, and points off to the northwest, you guys are in an area that very well could see a couple of tornadoes, or several tornadoes, I should say, and a couple of strong tornadoes. Now, this is a very, very complex situation. Here is what is going to happen. We have two scenarios for what could happen tomorrow. One is that the uh, clouds come in ahead of the storm system and the clouds stay there, and there's not much heating that is involved. If that is the case, this is going to be more of a straight line wind event for Alabama. However, if we can get breaks in the clouds, which some of the models are pointing at, and sometimes the models do not do the cloud cover very well. If we get breaks in the clouds, like the sun is out right now, we are going to have higher than forecasted instabilities, and thus more robust and strong damaging storms if the sun comes out. So it is going to be very key to watch what happens as we wake up in the morning to see, okay, are we going to actually have clouds become an issue, or is it going to stay cloudy and the sun not be able to warm the surface of the earth, because storms do, get their energy from the warmth. So if you want it to not be severe storms, you want to pray that we do get cloud cover tonight and into the day tomorrow. But if we don't, this is a threat that very well could be and could produce some damaging long track tornadoes in the yellow shaded area right there. And I don't tell you that to scare you, I tell you that so that you guys can be prepared in the event that we do have a tornado warning issued. And the best possible way and the best advice that I can give you is today and tonight, practice your severe weather safety plan. Do not wait until a warning is issued, because by then it may be a little bit too late. So, this is going to be either a not so serious system with tornadoes and more of a damaging wind threat, or it is going to be more of a tornado threat depending on the cloud cover situation tomorrow. Now, the time frame for Alabama is going to be, if you are in the yellow shaded area, which is basically, let me draw this line for you. Basically, if you are northwest of that line right there, that comes down just off to the west of the Birmingham Metro, your threat is going to be let me make sure I can do this. 2 to 8 p. All right, so if you are northwest of that white line that I just drew, if you are north or west of that line, your threat is going to be between 2 and 8 p.m. If you are going to be west of that line, I'm sorry, if you are west of that, it's 2 to 8. If you are east of that, it is going to be between 5 p.m. and 4 a.m. So that's. So once again, 2 to 8 p.m. in West Alabama, and then 5 p.m. until 4 a.m. across East Alabama and Southeast Alabama. So that is the area of concern right now. And so this is going to be a very, very conditional situation, like I've said, based on what conditions happen in the morning. If we do All right, I want to show you something. Just a second. National Weather Service in Huntsville is updating their graphics, and I want to show you this, and especially if you guys are up there in Coleman. All right, so let me. All right, so this is going to be from the National Weather Service up there in Huntsville. Okay, so basically, if you were in the yellow shaded area, which basically goes from Coleman all the way up to just off to the east of the Huntsville metro area and points off to the west, which is a good portion of North Alabama. Severe storms are expected to develop ahead and along of a cold front tomorrow. Thursday afternoon and evening, all of northern Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee. And as you can see down here at the bottom, tornadoes, a couple of which may be strong and damaging straight line winds. All right, so that comes from the National Weather Service up there in Huntsville. And let me see if Birmingham. Let me see if Birmingham has updated theirs yet. And let me also say that there also is a wind advisory out that outside of thunderstorms, you guys can see winds in excess of 40 to 50 tomorrow outside of thunderstorms, bringing in this very, very soupy, rich air. So there very well could be some down trees before the storms get there. So basically, you want to charge all of your devices, regardless of where you live in the state of Alabama, because ahead of the storm system, it is going to get extremely windy out there. And it's already windy across West Alabama right now, and it's going to become even more windy as we get into the day tonight, as we get into the night tonight, and into the day tomorrow. So that is the situation that we have ongoing right now. But anyway, that is the situation that we currently have right now. And so here is the situation once again. Birmingham has not updated their graphic system just yet. But once again, there's the situation that we have ongoing right now. So, guys, I intend to do another weather video update for you guys in the morning. Before then, if necessary, once again, please, prepare now and go on ahead and get your plan in place today or tonight in case we do have a couple of tornadoes this afternoon and this evening. Hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon, evening. No severe weather to deal with today, nothing tonight, but as we get into the day tomorrow, that's when things are going to start going downhill. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your afternoon and evening, and I will see you right back here on social media in the morning for another weather update.